Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank each of you for being here and testifying. I would like to begin, Ms. Hice, with you. According to the 2015 audit, as has already been brought up a couple of times here this morning, there were 6 repeat findings and 10 repeat recommendations. That, of course, I think raises a red flag for a lot of people as to why these things are not being addressed. So from your perspective, what is the issue? Is it an inability? Are they unable to take care of these issues, or is it a matter more of an unwillingness to do so?
Well, I think there's a lot going on here. There's no one particular reason. I mean, some is, as Dr. Harris testified, the fact that sometimes solutions can't happen short term. They are sometimes long term. Sometimes we raise issues on particular systems, and they may achieve a solution to that particular problem, but what they don't then do is say, hey, maybe that we have the same problem on other systems, so we go back in the next year, because we kind of rotate through our work looking at different systems, because we can't look at 184 every year, right? So, and sometimes we get to the next year and we see the same problem we identified on this system in another system, which is what, gets frustrating for us.
So you would put the blame on the systems rather than an inability or an unwillingness to address
Well,
it?
I think there needs to be a couple of things. I think attention needs to be paid to our recommendations and priority given to them. I think sometimes long-term solutions can seem to be longer than maybe they need to be. And also, I think that when we make a recommendation pertaining to one system, it would be good to step back and think, for the department to step back and think, hey, is this same problem happening on other systems?
Okay, thank you. Dr. Harris, utilizing outdated technology, and I think you have acknowledged that as well. In fact, it appears from what I've read, there's 962 operating systems that are no longer supported by vendors. That's inexcusable. The vulnerabilities can't even be spoken of. I mean, we can't even fathom the kind of vulnerabilities when you're utilizing technology that's not even supported any longer, and yet you said you feel you'd give yourself a 7 out of 10 that we're currently. How in the world can you give yourself a 7 out of 10 when we're using technology that's not even supported?
Representative Hice, I would concur with you that it is ridiculous that we're using this old technology. The 7 that I give us is the remediation that we have in place and the tools we have to actually protect those outdated systems while we work hard to catch up. So on the one hand, you're absolutely right. There are vulnerabilities on that side, but the remediation is on the side of the tools that we have in place as we modernize.
Why is the department using that old technology?
Why is it
kept up with the times?
Sorry, sir. A lot of it has to do with the system owners and the application owners' ability to keep up with the operating system. In some cases, you have to make a decision. Do you shut down a mission-critical application that provides services to the public, or do you mitigate the risk? And more times than not, we mitigate the risk while we're trying to modernize.
All right, so how long is it going to take to modernize?
I don't have an answer to that, sir, across the entire platform, but I can tell you that we are working hard to do that modernization.
All right, so we're going to continue to have vulnerabilities for an indefinite period of time.
I think we will, sir, and I think what we have to do is work hard to make sure that we have tools in place that mitigates that risk. Okay,
work hard sounds fine, Dr. Harris, but what does that mean? When can we expect the system to be secure? We have tens of millions of people whose lives and personal information is at a potential high risk as it relates to vulnerability, and your answer is we're going to work hard. When is the vulnerability going to be removed?
And Representative Hice, I would say that we are reasonably secure now. I'm not suggesting that we're not secure, but we do need to strengthen. That's very important. I'm not going to suggest that we don't have a tremendous amount of work to do, but I don't want the general public to think that we are not secure.
There again, reasonably is not a very secure answer. We've got a lot of people whose lives and personal information is potentially hanging in the balance, And this is an issue, Mr. Chairman, that hits every district in this country. My time has expired, but I thank the chairman for this, and I yield back.